officially welcome you. I'm going to ask everybody to put themselves on mute if you may. And if our speakers want to chime in and say something, of course you can. Everybody else, I'm just asking if you can just remain on mute. Put your information in the chat. We have Susan Madden's here with us, and also is looking at the chat area as well. If you need something urgent, if you have my mobile number, you can reach out to me on that one. And if not, I think I could put it in there. Anyways, sorry, I just got distracted. So anyways, thank you everybody coming. Today is January 27th. Believe it or not, this is the 6th time that we've been doing this, our 2nd time doing it virtually. If anybody's ever been part of our physical event, we've been here at the Escondido, California Center for the Arts, We used to have tables for almost as many chambers that wanted to participate. The whole goal to me when we started this idea 6-7 years ago, I think Adela Hoffman was there with me. We invited all the chambers from Carlsbad to Oceanside to Fallbrook, Bonzo, Valley Center, and the Hispanic Chamber and the North Business Chamber. We had everybody coming on board, and we had 350 people walk through the door. I was really proud and excited that we made that happen. The last year we even had a couple speakers. One was the county of San Diego project, or how do you say, contract manager. He's in charge of $1 billion book of business, giving business away, and he came in and told a presentation or shared a presentation on how to make business with the county. So that was some great takeaways. But the whole idea, we miss those physical ones. I know Fallbrook Chamber does a great event out there, Carlsbad Chamber, all these expos are out there, and we're all dark. So that's what we're doing here, is making a virtual version of that one. Sorry, but here we are. I want to say thank you again. So our speakers today are, the first speaker at 1:30 is going to be Juan Velasco from Scale My Profits. At 2 o'clock is going to be our branding expert, Marcy Bro Photography. And then at the next half hour will be Brian Fibel from Law Office of Brian Fibel. And then we're going to close at 3 o'clock with Deborah Sweet with Thrive Right Consulting. Those are our 4 speakers. After every presentation of 15 minutes, we are going to put everybody into small breakout rooms of 4 or 5 people. This is where I want you to make as many connections as we can. And from that point is how we get value out of this. So the takeaways and the connections is what I like about it. And then we close at 3:30. And if anybody wants to do an after party online, at 3:30, hang out with us if you like. So that's what we got. I thank you again, but I want to introduce a good friend, Griselda Beck from Latina Boss Coach. And she does a lot of business coaching. I had the privilege of meeting her several years ago, doing one of her videos that we did last year. But Griselda, if you want to jump on and take over, did you need to screen share, Griselda? Or do you just want to be speaking?
No, I'm just going to be speaking. So yeah. Hi, everybody. It is a privilege to be here and an honor. Thank you, David. I wanted to share a little bit about you with you about what my breakthrough was earlier on in my career as an entrepreneur. I was a very successful executive running a public corporate company, multi-million-dollar company. So knew my stuff, right? Marketing executive, business visionary, expert strategist. In breaking into entrepreneurship, my first few sales came from my existing network, so it was safe and comfortable. Breaking into new relationships was difficult because for the first time, I became the brand. It was so easy to hide behind a company and products and a team of people, but now it was just me. So my intention in sharing with you today is to help you bridge that gap as well and embrace it. Some of you are extroverts and you love being out there in center of attention, and that's fabulous. And some of you are just like me, and it's an uncomfortable space. Pre-COVID, these networking events were a lot of exchanging of business cards, very surface conversation, like, what do you do? Here's what I do, how I can help you. But things have changed. Conversations get to be very real now. So today, again, my intention is to help you make a success out of your time that you're investing today. That is my puppy. To take away something of value and not just a business card exchange, but to take away a relationship. To become unattached to what that relationship is going to be for you. Whether it becomes a resource, a source of support, someone that you get to support, a referral source, or even maybe potentially a client. But if we detach from the need to make a sale and really look at the human in front of us, it could be a lifelong relationship that could even take on many different meanings. So I just invite you today to speak up. One form of speaking up in a venue like this is to turn your camera on. Don't hide. Be visible. I asked a few entrepreneurs, like, what is the biggest struggle you're dealing with right now? Why would you come to an event like this? So I ask you guys the same question right now. In your heads, think about what motivated you to register for the event. Maybe you knew one of us that were speaking today, and so you showed to be supportive. But there's always something in it for you. So what was that for you? What did you come here to get? A lot of people will tell me it's sales. I need sales. To make sales happen, you need to have connection and be visible. You need to connect and be visible. You got to show up, and then you got to connect with somebody. And it's either going to come through that person or it will be that person. But you can't have it without relationship. And if you look at human beings as a dollar sign, you're never going to get there, or you might get a very small percentage of it. You get a larger percentage of it when you get to know the human in front of you. So speak up, turn on your video. I used to be one of those that would just be like a wallflower and just observe. Now you get to be front and center. Be human. To make it a point today, I challenge you to make it a point today to actually get to know 5 people. By getting to know is not just their name and what they do, but what's their biggest struggle right now? What are they dealing with in life and in business? Get to know, see who they are, where they're at in their business, what opportunity do you have to serve them? Have the intention to serve 5 people. Look around in the cameras right now. You can zoom, you can go through to the next. 5 people that you have in some way. That might mean that you give them a resource, that you listen to something they've got to say, that you share a lesson learned for you. Or maybe it's your service that will help them. But have the intention to serve. Out of those 5, you can probably bank that 2 eventually will turn into something back for you. When you put that energy out into the world, into the room, it will come back to you. So lead with that intention. And I was also someone who had a really hard time asking for support because I always had to have it together because I always could do everything. But when we go at it alone, it's a really difficult road and it's a long one. You want to make sales faster, easy, ask for help. And when you ask for support, you give others the permission to do the same. That's all I have today.
Perfect.
Connect
Thank you so much.
and be visible.
And thank you so much for those words. And again, we wanted Griselda to give us some kickoff here